me ask you this. What happens if you have a biased manager? Then can the process be biased?
Okay, so the way I would answer it is that when you promote the wrong people, right, you begin to lose your best people. So that is what happens if you have a biased manager, and it's possible. An organization will have a lot of people, you will have a lot of managers who are managers and not leaders, and so on and so forth. So these instances can happen, these situations can happen. But as I said, you might end up losing your best people.
What steps should an employee take to clear an IJP?
Okay, so an IJP is the only process where most of the people, or maybe most of the management, knows what you have been doing for the last 1 year, right? If you're hiring somebody externally, and I'll just quote this with a thought out here. If there is somebody external whom you're hiring, and when you're interviewing that external person, so when I say external, it's outside the organization, right? When you have to do interviews. At that point of time, you do not really know what the person has done. At that point of time, you just go on face value. The person says, I have done this, I have done that in my previous organization, and so on and so forth. And you just go on face value. But IJP is a process where you ideally get to know what the person has been doing for the last 1 or 2 years within the organization. Because it's the same organization, right? So in such scenarios, you need to, before applying for any IJP, you need to start planning for the IJP. What I mean by that is, if I had to apply for an IJP a year and a half down the line, I would start reaching out to my boss and telling my boss that, you know what, can you give me more responsibilities, more initiatives? I would like to learn more. I would pester my boss till the time I don't get everything that he knows, right? He or she knows. So I would work towards my knowledge base. I would work towards building a strong connect with the team. I would work towards, because IJP possibly can be a leadership role. It can be wherein a person is growing up the ladder and has to manage his or her own colleagues, right? So in that scenario, the real difference comes into picture. So a pre-planning has to be there for an IJP. You need to plan things really well in terms of, and the planning has to go on for almost like a year and a half, where you have to work towards initiatives and team building. Okay.
Should you be disappointed if you do not clear an IJP?
Not really. I would think of it more like an opportunity, as I strongly believe, right? There is nothing called as success and failure. You only have success and you tend to learn. So any interview selection or an IJP selection or rejection only means either you have succeeded or you have got to learn. So the way I would put it is that an IJP rejection is more like a reflection towards what you need to be working upon and what you need to be improving and preparing yourself for the next coming IJPs.
Okay. So take it more like a feedback.
Take it more like a feedback, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have found this video insightful and helpful. If you have, please do like and subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to share it with all of your friends who need help and support in cracking IJPs.